Good afternoon. My name is Jada James, and I was an intern here at Foundation Learning Center in Landover, Maryland, where I dealt with children who are on the spectrum. To summarize, ASD can look like impairment in social interaction and in communication. For the population that I had 8 students, 3 dedicated aides, and 1 program assistant, essentially creating a private and safe environment. For my experience, I was in this particular classroom. Let's give you a tour. So, to begin, we have the sensory room where the escalation tactics take place. Very calm, very chill, where they can relax. Then we have the overall classroom. This is the sensory room where the escalation tactics take place. Very cozy, very roomy. And up on this wall is the IEP goals. Positive quotes to keep us going. Christmas lights for festivity. Phonics and sound wall to help us along the way. Number wall so we can count. And our alphabetical wall so we can get a clear understanding. And as a whole, this was my and the students' sacred place. Now, for the star of the show, her name is Miss Shelby Babiars, and she was the program assistant for this particular classroom. Now, here we go. Teacher. Once again, my name is Jada James, and I'm a student here at Trinity Washington University, a senior. And I'm here with the teacher, Miss Shelby Babiars. I just have a few questions to ask her. What is your current position here at Foundation Learning Center?
I am currently a 4th year special education teacher here at Foundation Learning Center. I actually started as a DA and then moved into a PA position before I became the teacher.
Lovely, lovely. What is a typical day like for you?
So typically we start our day with some relaxing music before moving into our morning meeting. Our day is filled with timers and transition songs so that we can help transition our students better. And then along with doing educational assessments and regular educational learning, we work on IEP goals embedded into our daily curriculum. And then I also deal with some behaviors. I do have a program assistant who does help me out with behaviors, but some students prefer to calm down or relax with their preferred person, which sometimes is me within the classroom. So we're always staying on top of sensory needs as well as their academic needs throughout the day.
Great. That's really great. Okay. Can you name at least 2 to 3 de-escalation tactics when in crisis?
So our kids use a number of things. Like I said, we are definitely high sensory classroom. We go into our sensory room, which you guys saw. We have a crash pad, so our kids love to do some jumping and tumbling in the sensory room. We also have an aquarium or a gym-like setting where we have a sensory swing set up along with a monkey jump, which is like this trampoline monkey bar thing that the kids can use to de-escalate. We go for walks on the daily. We listen to preferred songs. We have a breathing song that's called Melting. We do that on the daily as well as having that preferred object. So we have poppets, animals. We have a student who's really into planets, so he has planet stress balls. Any of those things that you can just rotate in throughout your day. And it doesn't matter if they're in a crisis. Sometimes they just need it with them.
That's really wonderful. Very magical, actually. Very magical. Okay, and my last question. What's a stigma that you can debunk from your personal experience working with autistic children?
So when I was going to school and even when I was younger, the big thing in the community was that they don't know how to love or show their feelings, or they don't know how to interact with someone. But it's not about interacting with me in the normal way. It's about interacting how they need to interact. And each one of my students, I can tell they come in with their smile on, and we each have something that we do that portrays how we feel about each other. So, you know, I'm giving a piggyback rides, or we're jumping off of something together, or we're running down the hallway as I chase them and they think it's the biggest game in the world. But that's them showing their love for me because they want to play with me. But then also that's me showing that I care and I know them by being able to give them those sensory needs. So a big thing was that they can't make eye contact and they don't know how to express their feelings. And that's not true. We express very hard every single day. And so you just have to get to know them in order to see that side of them, which I feel like some people don't get a chance to do.
Very true. Thank you so much, Miss Shelby.
No problem.
Miss Shelby, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Starting at the beginning, this is called Glacier Bay. This is the lobby area. And, you know, as you can see, the theme is penguins and Antarctica and stuff. But this is where all little penguins come through and go to their classrooms. And we're starting at the South Pole. I have something really cool to show you guys. Everything's very decorative and stuff. Classrooms, pads and stuff. So as you can see, in the previous video, there was a sensory room in the classroom, but this is the biggest sensory room in the entire school. We have motion color pads, so fun, a small trampoline for our little ones, and a big swing so you can rock back and forth and de-escalate, and sensory toys. Love that, love that. On top of that, I have something else to show you. We all are a family here. This is the gym where all the penguins play. This is the big gym where we all hang out and run around and play. Basketball pads, chairs. There's a big enough space so we all can play and light our fires. And here, where the real fun begins. There's an outside part. There's an outside place where they can also have fun and de-escalate. And if they're feeling fancy, they can create their own art. Once again, my name is Jada James, and I just completed my internship here at Foundation Learning Center. And one of the biggest takeaways when I completed my internship was that all children should be treated equally. Just because their minds are different and they see the world differently, it doesn't mean that you treat them differently. Treat them with respect, kindness, care, and love, and they will do the same. It's just, this internship was really a big opportunity to be hands-on, to see how it is dealing with children who have ASD, to get that experience. And with my experience, I've realized that they're human too. They're not placed into different boxes because they're deemed different. They're placed in not even a box. They're not placed in a box at all. They're just themselves. They're what I like to call butterflies, very colorful butterflies. They're unique in their own way. And I think that should be appreciated. In the education system, you find different ways to accommodate them. And I think that's really, really good, because now in society and in education, everything's moved on up. So we're getting a better understanding. We're getting clarity of what's going on. We know now how to work with them. So I think that's really, really good, actually. And I'm really glad that we all have come full circle with this and helping them reach their social and educational goals.